No, 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 no. I'm not a hero. I interrupt my vlog for a emergency vlog broadcast. I'm supposed to be vlogging about moving from New York City to Phuket to kind of figure out my life. A couple days ago, randomly, a tweet shot around the world of me standing up to a young Nazi at Union Square Park. I think it's important I tell the story, keep the facts straight, and maybe a little bit of a commentary on, you know, It's funny, I feel a little uncomfortable talking about this. I was walking through Union Square Park on a random Saturday, and I happened to come across a crowd, a young man shouting, and I worked my way into the crowd and began to watch this person spew hate. But the funny thing is, I didn't think it was true. I stood there and I watched for a while thinking it was maybe some kind of performance art piece of who would stand up and say something, or maybe it was like one of those 20 or 60 minute, you know, pieces about do people stand up or not stand up, and or was this like a new Andy Kaufman character? I had no idea what was going on, but what I thought at first was, this is not real. And after watching it for about 15 minutes, the shocking thing is there was a crowd of about 60 or 70 people, and not one person was saying a thing. People were just standing there like lemmings, listening to an idiot spew hate. And honestly, I don't know why, what made me react. It's not like I'm a religious Jew. I'm a Jew. I'm proud to be a Jew. It's a cool tribe to be a part of. But, you know, it's really about it's a race issue, and it's not about color or religion. It's about us as a human race. And it pissed me off. You see some of the clips from that day of me screaming at him, mainly yelling no, amongst a lot of other foul language. Yeah, but the story is a little bit weirder. The first incident maybe lasted 20 minutes. It was not a big thing. It was me screaming. The shocking part of the day for me, more so than this idiot yelling, was 3 cops came over and told me that I needed to walk away, and I was like, are you insane? I have the exact same First Amendment rights as this idiot. It entitles me to be the same kind of idiot, just channeling it in a little bit of an aggressive way, maybe bullying. And I remember saying to the cops, you know what, I'm willing to get arrested, no problem, as long as you arrest this guy too. There's no reason for me to walk away. And then I said, you know, why would you let this guy stand there and continue to do this when he's inciting a riot? And one of the cops said, you know what, he could incite a riot, you're absolutely right. And they went to speak to him, and you end up seeing him get arrested and me shouting, you know, things like ignorant fuck and no and go home, and that was the end of it. It kind of gets a little weirder. Can you believe the following Saturday I'm walking around and I'm passing through Union Square Park, and there he is again, and that set me off. That set me off. This kid is on a mission. And that day, I stood in front of him for 4 hours in the heat. It was hot. In the end, my back hurt. I was a sweaty mess. My throat was sore. But I, you know, kept telling him, as long as he remains there, I'm going to remain there. I have a stronger will. I'm not going to give up. And that throughout those 4 hours, some crazy things happened, like absolutely insane. You know, let's talk about the positive first. I had a young girl come up and slip a a note into my pocket that I read later that evening, and it talked about her grandparents being victims of the Holocaust and how grateful she was. Being victims of the Holocaust. Her grandparents were victims of the Holocaust, and how grateful she was that I stood up. I also had people randomly come up and call me names, as in filthy Jew, that I should be a dead Jew, or a good Jew is a dead Jew. You know, it was a little bit freaky. I was never afraid of the Nazi in front of me. I mean, he's a kind of a smaller fella, and I'm a little bit of a large guy. But, you know, something coming from behind, you know, of course I was, you know, concerned. But there's police there, there's a lot of people there, and if there was an incident, it would be documented, and, you know, it would work out in the end, I believe, or I'd be okay in the end. Some of the things that you don't see is, as I was out screaming this Nazi kid, in between him taking breaths, I would lean into his ear and whisper things to him. And at first they were things of intimidation, things like, you know, I should be allowed to rip out your teeth and wear them around my neck as a necklace, or, you know, I'm going to follow you home and I won't be satisfied until your warm blood is coated in my cold hands. Really pathetic, scary shit to make him think twice that maybe he was in danger. But there was also times I would whisper in his ear and say things to him like, what happened to you? Why is your heart so filled with hate? Listen, there's some things that, you know, it's important that I acknowledge. I'm an old A&R guy. I've always been involved in the arts, and I'd like to think I have good taste and I can identify talent. This kid actually has talent. He never breaks character, never. Won't discuss it, won't say his name. He has a canned speech that just repeats itself, it repeats itself. In fact, you know, in 4 hours, I was able to kind of like memorize the speech with him, and I would try to throw him by beating him to his words. You'll see actually in one of the clips where I'm like, false Jews before he says it. Anyhow, other things I would whisper in his ear is like, look at you. You're commanding an audience. You have 100 people watching you. What happens if you use this energy in a positive way? What could come from it? What brought you to this point? How did you get here? If you want to walk around the corner and talk about it, I'm willing to sit down with you. I won't hurt you. Like, let's figure out like what's really going on. But he wouldn't do it. He only broke character twice. And that's the video that I posted where I get him to laugh and smile. The interesting thing is, it shows he's a little bit of a human being. And maybe for me, there's something a little bit comforting in that I was able to maybe diffuse a little bit of the situation with some levity. And you know, it's kind of hard to take him seriously anyway, but maybe this is a better attempt at it, you know? I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I want to acknowledge, I need to acknowledge that this is one of the weirdest situations I've ever been in. I want recognition. I want recognition for my vlog. I want recognition for Ramentology. I want recognition for a potential TV show about food. You know, I want recognition for Slurp and Destroy. I put a lot of time and effort into these things that I'm passionate about. This is pretty weird, but I digress. Anyway, I was able to get him to break character by laughing and smiling, trying not to smile. To me, that's a win. And there's times I'd whisper in his ear that we could stop this, but he's gonna have to walk away first. I'd stand there till I dropped dead before walking away. And around, I think, the 4-hour mark, this kid realized, you know, I'm a little bit crazier and a lot bigger than he is. And the strange part is, believe it or not, he did not say a thing. he put his hand out, he shook my hand, and then he walked away. There wasn't many people there that saw it, and I let him go. I could have followed him to the subway, I could have figured out where he lived, but really, what good is going to come of that? You know, nothing. The other thing that's really strange about this kid is, who the fuck is he? I have been searching, when that event went down, I searched the internet. There's nothing about this kid. Yes, I learned about the crackpot Khazarian Jew theory, and it's not even worth getting into that bullshit. But if anybody knows who this kid is, I'd like to know. You know, the other thing about this event and this tweet going, you know, crazy, millions of people seeing it now, I'm concerned that it makes him more legit. It gives him it builds a platform for him as much as it does for me, and that's kind of disheartening. It's you know, there's a power exchange there, I guess, or a sacrifice, or I don't even know how to put it into words. Hey folks, I apologize for the quick jump and change of scenery. I needed to take a break and do some thinking, and I let 24 hours go by, and I want to end the story. The story ends with the third and following week I did go back to Union Square looking for this idiot, and sure enough he was there, and I approached him and immediately said, you gotta leave. And he left, which I also kind of toed as a little bit of an accomplishment. It was a less than a 5-minute incident. I think he had his fill of me, and to be quite honest, I kind of had my fill of him. Well, so that leaves us now with a 15-second clip that went viral, and about 6 million people have seen it, which is extremely daunting to me and very hard for me to wrap my head around. And it's the feedback that's kind of spectacular and touching and moving and sometimes a little bit frightening. First of all, people have been calling me a hero, and I just want to state that I am not a hero. The very last thing that I am is a hero. A hero is someone who takes a bullet for the country. A hero is a doctor who goes into an operating room and cures a kid of cancer. Like, that's not me. And I'm going to quote Chong. Being a hero has a lot of responsibility, and responsibility is a heavy-duty responsibility. Honestly, I don't want to be a hero. It's not my shtick. I could live with a stand-up guy, champion, loudmouth, obnoxious guy, asshole. Label me whatever you want. Just leave the word hero out, all right? It seems to have sparked a bigger dialogue of freedom of speech, and is it a race issue? And one thing I find really entertaining is before people watch the video and they just see a still of it, they immediately assume I'm the bad guy. I look like a big biker dude. You know, what can I tell you? People judge you by the way you look. It's kind of why I dig my tattoos. Anybody who's judging me for being sleeved up, it's a shit shield for me, guys. It's someone who I don't want in my world. It immediately eliminates an idiot or a closed-minded person. I don't want those people in my bubble. I don't need them in my world. And the tattoos kind of keep them at bay. As far as First Amendment, you know, the First Amendment protects you from the government to arrest you for saying what you have to say. Hate speech is a whole other ball of wax. If by any chance someone out there is truly inspired by what they saw, I encourage you to do the same thing. If you're encouraged by what you saw, I would be proud to know that you stood up and did something because you saw somebody else, and if that person was me, I'll play that role for you. If I could ask one thing from everybody watching this video, if you want to give back a little bit, it just takes a minimal amount of effort, and I'm gonna give you an easy way of doing it. Try to do a good deed for somebody. Don't expect anything back in return. Don't even, you know, I'm not going to ask you to do it once a day. How about once a month? 12 times a year. Do something nice for somebody. Do it in the name of this idiot. Do it because I stood up and I tried to make a difference. If you want to make a difference, you know, you can. Everybody we meet, they all have their own personal battles they're going through. You kind of got to give people a little bit of a wide berth, I think. And the bottom line is, I really believe what's going on comes down to two things. Respect. Have respect for other people. Give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove that they shouldn't be respected. But offer respect from the cusp, from the get-go. And this is really a common sense issue. You know, no, I'm not going to sit here and watch. I would have done the same thing if they were yelling about, you know, black people or yellow people or blue people. We're the, you know, look, I'm here in Kamala in Phuket, Thailand, and the Thai people are amazing. Honestly amazing. Like really nice people. I've been here for about 5 weeks. I've not seen one argument on the street. No one yells. Land of smiles for a reason. But the Thai have an amazing saying. Same but different. They'll use it for everything. You can go up to a food stand. They may have 4 different kinds of chicken. You know, maybe chicken satay, a chicken stick, chicken butt, chicken wing. And you can point to it and say, what is this? And they're going to say same, and point to all the chicken, but different. It applies to everything. Absolutely everything. We're all human beings. It's a bigger issue. It's an issue about loving each other, being respectful to one another, and offering your heart. These are awful fucking times, no doubt about it. These are tricky times. They're complex. There's a lot of gray area. There's no easy answers. It's up to us to navigate through the poop and keep our head above it. You know what I'm saying? I'm seriously humbled by this experience. I am absolutely humbled. It's left me thinking and contemplating a lot. It's made me laugh. It's made me upset. It's a very unique experience. So with that said, I'm going to quote Jello Biafra from the Dead Kennedys, and then I'm going to sign off. So, Nazi punks, fuck off. Kum kum cup. Swati cup. Peace and love from Thailand. Stay tuned. I have more episodes coming up. I guarantee you they're not going to be this long or this crazy or this deep. It's stuff about food, snakes, elephants, adventure, my scooter, the heat in Thailand, the Thai people, getting lost. It's for your benefit. Please tune in. And God bless everybody out there. Later.